Hi, this is Steve Barsick Amstel with High Tech Design Safety. This is the next chapter in our ongoing CME S2 training course. CME S2 is a guideline that provides details for the design, implementation, documentation of semiconductor manufacturing equipment and ancillary equipment to those processes. We're continuing right now with Section 8 about the report and report contents. And as we go through, we'll go through section by section with this. Please look at the previous videos if you have not. There's some great information in there, some in-depth information that will help you with your process and help you understand what would be next. This part of Section 8 talks about documentation provided to the evaluators. And I actually spoke about this quite a bit in the preparation video for CME S2 as well. The documents you need to provide are going to be the manuals, the installation manual, the operations manual, and the maintenance manuals. We'll need all of those. If you lack those at this time, there is boilerplate available to prepare those manuals and have them work for you. If you need any additional information on manuals and things like that, there are other standards within the CME guidelines that can help you put that information together and complete it in such a way that it meets the other standards. Additionally, requirements include the intended use, which will be in the manuals. Other requirements include the serial number, the model number, and we need to put down the location and time and date of the evaluation, and the time and date of the report will be included in the report as well. Further information that is required for the evaluation would be detailed data and parts lists and conformity lists for your safety interlock systems. Any of that safety related equipment will need all that data. So for safety related equipment also include fire detection and suppression equipment, gas detection and suppression, well, there's no suppression for gas, but gas equipment. Suppression for gas will be your exhaust and your exhausted enclosures. We'll get into all that later. However, for each of those devices, you need full characterization and suitability for use data. That suitability for use data will be included in your bill of materials, which will include all critical components. So any safety related components. It'll also include any electrical components operating above 240 volt amps. So anything operating at line voltage, of course, and then anything operating at fairly high power at 240 VA or more will be included in that. We have a template that you can use to collect that data and put it in. And as you collect the data, we'll want you to go ahead and collect the UL, TUV, or whatever listing body has listed or recognized that component as suitable for use. Additional reports that we will help you create, or you may already have, or will create wholly for you, will include an ergonomics assessment, a fire risk assessment, and then that safety functional assessment that we talked about earlier. Additionally, you'll need a risk analysis of your equipment, its operation, installation, and maintenance as well. Further documentation required for the evaluation will include industrial hygiene evaluation of the equipment. And that includes all the chemicals, their types, their toxicity, their occupational exposure limits, and more data even. And then probably if you do have chemicals and they are toxic or flammable, you'll need an industrial hygiene report and testing which indicates the ability to contain and control those chemicals to prevent release, exposure, and fire or explosion. We're able to do that testing for you as well, either as a preliminary or as a final for the development of your S2 evaluation. Additionally, we'll need environmental information, meaning release rates, exhaust rates, containment, so if you have a spill, how is it contained, and then details of all the drains and everything else for the environmental sections of S2. This combined totals all the documentation required for the CME S2 report. Now I know for some of you, a lot of these items will not be required. And I didn't cover some of the other items, like is there any radiation? Are there any lasers? Are there any material handling equipment or other things like that? We'll need that documentation, and I'll further cover those requirements in future chapters of this training. Thank you again. This is Steve Barsick Amstel with High Tech Design Safety. We appreciate your time. Please like and subscribe below and make comments, or contact us directly if you have questions about the process and how to get this done. We would really like to help you with your SEMI S2 requirements and your equipment design review requirements.